folks, welcome back to the southwest. Sorry it's a bit windy today, so might affect the sound. This episode is all about vehicle maintenance and repairs, so if you're not into machinery and maintenance of machinery and so forth, then you might want to watch one of the other episodes. This is not going to be too exciting. So I'm just going to do some maintenance on these two machines, and also I've got a flat tyre on this loader, so I'm going to change that as well. Like I say, if you're not into machinery and maintenance of it, maybe give this one a miss. So I've got a little issue to deal with today. I got a flat tyre in the rear right hand side of this loader yesterday. There's a hole in the sidewall of the tyre. I was doing a bit of grading and heard a loud pop, and sure enough, flat tyre. So this needs to be changed. I found that piece of metal, so quite possible that's the culprit. So I need to change that wheel. I have got a spare wheel, which is good. It is possible to lift these vehicles without jacks, so what I'll do is I'll cut some wooden blocks to put under the rear of the vehicle, and then we'll use the hydraulic bucket at the front to lift the vehicle up, and hopefully we can get this back wheel off the ground and get it off and get it changed. So that's the plan. There's a bit of rain forecast for this morning, so we'll have to work around that as well. That chain needs sharpening. So there's the there's the tear in the sidewall. Blimey. That. Okay, so that job's done. It was actually pretty straightforward in the end. I think the key is getting your wooden blocks cut to the right height to pack the vehicle up and keep it safe. You would have seen me using a torque wrench there. This torque wrench I just keep in my ute. It's really for changing wheels and so forth on normal cars. I had a look in the operator's manual for this machine, and the torque setting for the wheel nuts is 244 Newton meters. My torque wrench is only capable of about 203 Newton meters. So that's what I've done them up to. So what I'll do is I'll go and buy a heavier duty torque wrench before I use this machine again and make sure they're tightened up to the correct torque. quick one, greasing the machine. So this needs to be done every 10 hours on this machine. Best way to know where to grease is wherever there's a hydraulic ram, at either end there's going to be a greasing point. On some machines there's also greasing points on the pivot pins on this excavator, for instance. This machine's got 14 greasing points. It tells you in the user's manual as well. So I'll just hit them with a bit of degreaser, wipe the excess grease off, and 2 or 3, maybe 4 pumps with the grease gun. So, yeah. So that's nearly a schoolboy error. You might have seen me put that red safety bar on there, on the main cylinder. The idea of that is if you have a hydraulic burst, then it stops the whole bucket from coming crashing down while you're underneath it maintaining it. But of course, you've got to remove it before you lower the bucket. So it'll come as no surprise to most people that I'm in no way an expert on these machines. In fact, this is the first one I've ever driven. So I've driven tractors and other machines before, but never one of these loaders until I bought this one a couple of months ago. So I've only really driven it, I don't know, less than 10 times I suppose. Maybe 5 or 6 weekends. So yeah, still learning, as you can see. Grease coming out there. That's how you know when it's had enough to drink. Okay, so that's machine maintenance, greasing at least. I fueled them up as well earlier, but I didn't video that. So like I said, about every 10 hours of use, you need to grease all the pins and the ends of the hydraulic rams. For me, that's about once a weekend, maybe once every 2 weekends, especially for this loader. It's been getting some heavy use. The digger, not quite so much, so I don't have to do that so often. But it's a pretty dirty job, but it's an important job, and once you've done it, quite satisfying, because you know the machines are good to go for another week or 2.